into the game.
Radiant team ban.
Alright, welcome ladies and gentlemen. This is the SEA League brought to you by Rapture Gaming. I'm CloudX, your caster for this evening. This matchup between Neolution Esports and Team Fist. Team Fist are the Vietnamese powerhouses. As we've all already known, a lot of good players on their lineup, including Nice in 1v5.
Dire
Neolution
team
Esports,
ban.
Thai powerhouses. We've known them for a long time now. Upper, Noasism, and KYT amongst their ranks. Meanwhile, let's just jump right into the picks and bans.
Radiant team
Syllabi being
ban.
the first ban by Team Fist, and Neolution Esports on the Radiant side gonna ban out the Lifestealer. Very common bans here, nothing out of the box just yet. Let's just see how these two Asian powerhouses played off.
Dire team ban.
So Neolution Esports opting to ban out that Batrider. Always a pain to deal with. Sticky Napalm, not a pleasant spell to contend against. Syllabi the banner. Lots of top tier heroes have been established in metagame currently, including heroes like Darkseer, who we see a lot of teams like Navi etc. still using that Darkseer. Syllabi of course has been a really awesome offlaner, and a lot of teams have been
10
choosing him
seconds
over heroes
remaining.
like Bounty Hunter. And well, the Magnus of course still in the pool. Nyx Assassin, of course, how could we forget him? Always the
Radiant team
the
pick.
most powerful hero available right now. Probably, in my opinion, would be Nyx Assassin. We saw
Dire team
Net
pick.
playing that Nyx Assassin at the Asia so damn well. KOTL gonna get picked up by Neolution Esports here. Let's see what they have in store. Are they gonna offer a turtle heavy lineup, or is it gonna be a tri lane, defensive tri lane with a strong carry with that KOTL just spamming those blasts from the side? Two
Dire
pickups for Team
team
Fist
pick.
now. Jakiro and Undying, the obvious picks here. Undying always a
Radiant
pain to deal
team
with against those tri
Phantom
lanes.
Lancer.
Probably gonna run an offensive tri lane with Jakiro
Radiant
Undying plus a
team
carry.
pick.
Phantom Lancer picked up by Neolution Esports. Point worth mentioning, in one of the recent patches, the Quelling Blade interaction with illusions has been fixed. So even despite Phantom Lancer getting a semi nerf, or rather a bug fix, he is still considered as one of the top tier carries available.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Stay tuned, guys. I'm just gonna check up on my audio really quick. Feel free to drop some feedback in the chat if you have any.
Dire team
Alright,
pick.
so I'm back. It seems like everything's okay and we're good to go. Hoping for a Dota-licious evening this week. Rubik gets picked up by Neolution Esports. Sorry about that. That concludes their first three pick phase and a Night Stalker pickup from Team Fist. So they're looking to run an
Radiant team
offensive,
ban.
gank-oriented lineup. I'm really keen on seeing how this works out, how this pans out. It's always fun to see a Night Stalker. Most probably gonna see a mid-solo Night Stalker. Too early to tell,
Dire
but from the
team
way the
ban.
lineups are panning out, it doesn't seem like they're gonna lane him anywhere else. Luna the ban up by Neolution Esports. Luna, one of those heroes that has recently come to the light. Um, I think it was Team
Dire team
LGD Int that
ban.
brought Luna to the forefront once again. Pushing with those Enigma Islands and Luna's aura, so difficult to contend with at the start. Magnus and Naga Siren bans by Neolution and Team Fist. Naga Siren, worth mentioning, is amazing in that tri lane with Undying as well as Jokiro. Plus, I'm sure Neolution Esports has done their homework on Team Fist, and they've probably said, hey, you know what, Naga Siren is one of their heroes, one of their strong heroes. Let's just ban it out. Let's not give them something that they're comfortable with.
Radiant
Meanwhile,
team
Team
ban.
Fist, the Vietnamese powerhouse, opting to ban out possible off lanes and mid solos in the Magnus, and now that Queen of Pain. There's not too many heroes that can face off against a mid solo Night Stalker too easily. Batrider was one of those heroes that could hold his ground against those void spams and of course against that rune control. But Team Fist, realizing that they need to limit options for Neolution Esports, have very smartly gone ahead and banned out Queen of Pain. Let's see what Neolution Esports opts to do. A good strategy versus Night Stalkers has been proven to be running a dual lane against him at the middle lane. You kind of ensure your team rune control with two heroes at the mid lane as well as that constant spam and harass, keeping the Night Stalker at bay before that first night. Also, I apologize for the wait, guys. This game has taken really long to get underway, but looks like we are finally going to be in the game and going to be seeing some good action-packed Asian Dota. And this is rather unconventional. A Weaver ban out by Neolution Esports. Not something we see too often, but hey, to be honest, I haven't seen much of Team Fist or Neolution Esports in action. This is probably the first time that I'm going to be seeing them actually facing off against each other. Let's see if Weaver does prove out to be a useful ban over here.
Ten seconds remaining.
Alright, Team Fist looks like Neolution has thrown a wrench into their plans. Fist now taking quite a long time over their last ban. Of course, they do have a full 1 minute 30 seconds of reserve time left. Looks like they're going to mull it over quietly, think about what their next move is going to be. From the looks of it, they are lacking a hard carry and an offlaner. Darkseer are going to be the ban, realizing that Neolution are also lacking an offlaner. And there we go, there's their offlaner. Windrunner going to be playing the offlane for Neolution Esports. I have no doubt in my mind that's going to be the situation. Rubik could probably be running that mid solo for them or the second support in the tri lane along with Phantom Lancer and KOTL. Gyrocopter pick up by Team Fist. This is a hero that I really love seeing in action. Very underrated hero in my opinion, especially in the Asian scene. We've seen Gyrocopter being one of the most versatile pickups recently. We've seen Aki from No Tyrant running support Gyrocopter as well as a hard carry Gyrocopter being run by most teams, including teams like Navi and even some of the Chinese teams, if I'm not mistaken. LGD and LGD Int have run Gyrocopter at that hard carry. Aoi, of course, from Dignitas, formerly POTM bottom as they're nicely called, was the first to bring Gyrocopter to the forefront, if I'm not mistaken. The Brewmaster pick up by Neolution Esports now, so they have a well-rounded lineup. I gotta say, I'm really in favor of Neolution's lineup right now. That Brewmaster, of course, Night Stalker does work really well against him, along with Ice Path, the long-range stun. However, they're not lacking for initiation, they're not lacking for turtle potential in that KOTL, and of course, Phantom Lancer. There's not many heroes that can contend with him in the late game. Although, I gotta mention, Gyrocopter is one of those heroes with those flak cannons who is most probably best poised to take down those illusions. Flak cannons, of course, such a powerful spell. A farm Gyrocopter with flak cannons is going to take down the rest of the team without them even noticing they're being hit. All he has to do is A-click the ground and he's pretty much done his job for 6 hits. Team Fist left with their last pickup. Curious to see what they're going to opt for. It looks like they are going to be picking their offlaner this time around. Tidehunter still in the pool. They could run a Tidehunter offlane solo. It is relatively effective. Beastmaster still available. They are on the dire side, so ancient stacking is definitely a viable option for them right now. Looks like they're not going to take any chances. They're going to think this through, discuss it nicely amongst their ranks, and make a decision. 20 seconds left on the extra timer clock. Let's see how this plays out.
Clinks.
It's going to be the Clinks. So Team Fist opting for a heavy gank oriented lineup. Not going to look for a turtle or a team fight potential offlane. It's going to be a Clinks. And well, I'm leaning towards the fact that Fist is going to run an offensive tri lane with Gyrocopter, Undying and the Jakiro on the side lane, while Klinks takes up the safe lane and farms and gets his levels. Neolution esports are probably going to catch on to this and switch their lanes up a bit. It's going to come down to mind games in the first 10 minutes. Let's see who has the upper hand when it comes to thinking.
Ten seconds remaining.
And we're finally in this game, and well, as luck would have it, an immediate pause. Not like we haven't waited long enough already, but hey, I'm totally pumped for this game. I've been looking forward to some good Southeast Asian Dota, and from what I hear, it's going to be a real cracker of a match with kills all over the place. I'm really curious to see how this plays out. If I'm not mistaken, the Philippines teams were the first ones to start the double courier strategy back in the Dota 1 days. Let's see if that effect has still carried over to Dota 2, and let's see if any of these Thai stroke Vietnamese teams have adopted those double courier strategies. I haven't seen any European or American teams for that matter running the double courier just yet. Anyway, there's a disconnection in the meantime. Let's take this opportunity to introduce the players and the heroes they're playing. Forgive me if I pronounce some of these names wrong. Upper playing that Rubik, we're seeing KYT, that's Kite on the Windrunner. Bangsal Roti playing Brewmaster, No CSM, I'm gonna just call him No, is playing KOTL, and Intreso playing Phantom Lancer. Meanwhile, on the dire side, we have Team Fist from Vietnam, 1v5 playing Undying. I'm gonna have a hard time pronouncing this. I'm just gonna call him Lua. Lua playing the Klinks, Banana playing Gyrocopter, Manly playing Night Stalker, and well, good luck playing Chakiro. As luck would have it, once again we're back in the game and we have a resume coming out. So yep, as predicted, it looks like Klinks is going to be going in the safe lane. Fist looks like they're taking a little time in their base to move out. Probably still deciding who buys what. A little unconventional for top tier teams to do something like this. I saw an item being sold. Night Stalker still hasn't bought up anything. He's purchasing ironwood branches, and
Radiant
Undying meanwhile has a
structures are
stout shield.
fortified.
And whoop, there's a fortification. Maybe just a good luck move, or probably a misclick. Alright, so it's gonna be a Windrunner offlane solo. So Windrunner versus Klinks 1v1 battle coming up at the top lane. A tri-lane versus tri-lane, something that every spectator wants to watch, is gonna be happening this game at the
30
bottom with
seconds to battle.
KOTL, Lancer and Rubik going up against Chakiro, Undying and Gyrocopter. Anybody's game, I gotta say, but it's a little disturbing that Fist has not opted to move into the jungle at level 1 and put down that observer ward to block out the neutral camp. This is going to give KOTL free reign over this lane, and maybe even Rubik to pull. KOTL has come prepared. He's got sentry wards as well to counter ward, to D-ward, just in case they did put those
The
wards up.
battle begins.
Windrunner opting for a consumable heavy build. Moving towards the top lane. Let's see how she does against this Klinks, who has picked up a Wraith Band and a Tango. Probably going to build towards that early ring of Akela. Night Stalker meanwhile gonna try and rush the bottle. He's only picked up 3 ironwood branches. Gonna probably use the void on a couple of creeps and get those last hits in to get that early bottle. Meanwhile, Brewmaster has opted to get Stout Shield and some more consumables. He has, I'm sure he's done his homework here. He's had a look at Night Stalker's items and definitely gone fully aggressive from the get-go. Smart play by him, I gotta say, and he's keeping him at bay. He's doing a really good job of keeping him at bay so far. A double damage rune had been picked up by the Gyrocopter at the bottom lane, but looks like nothing came off it. The score still nil all. We're barely a minute into this game. Night Stalker at the middle lane is a creep away from his bottle. I'm going to keep my camera panned primarily towards the bottom and the middle lane, because it seems like this is where most of the action is going to happen. Gyrocopter opting to put 1 point in flak cannons from the get-go, so No immediate aggression there by that Rocket Barrage. Of course, I would expect him to skill Rocket Barrage next, considering it is 300 damage at level 1. Oh, KOTL Blast, always a pain to contend with in the tri-lane. Let's have a quick look at the warding and the dewarding situation. Looks like Fist has completely lit up their side of the map, whereas Neolution has completely lit up their side of the jungle, whereas Fist is rather relatively in the dark. They did get dewarded. I'm gonna have a quick look. Yeah, they did get dewarded somewhere around here, I'm gonna assume. There's 2 sentry wards put down at the most common spots at the bottom lane, and well, Neo ES have really come into this one prepared. And with a KOTL in the lane, you really want vision of this side lane. This is just going to keep happening to you. These blasts are going to be so annoying to contend with. All 3 heroes getting kept below half HP. Not something you want to have when you're initiating. Ice Path flies out but doesn't connect. Rubik makes it out safely but just barely. Quick look at Gyrocopter's build. He has opted to put a point in the Rocket Barrage now. Middle lane, that portal has come out with the Night Stalker, and well, it's already going back for a refill. Meanwhile, the Brewmaster at the middle lane has opted to get his bottle as well, and he's doing a good job of keeping the Night Stalker at bay. He's at 13-4 versus the Night Stalker, who is at 9-0. Not a commanding lead, but a lead nonetheless. Well, it looks like I might have spiked a little bit as I see a Dire Creep walking around amongst the Radiant creep wave. Never mind that. Top lane, the Shackle Shot flies but doesn't latch. Windrunner misses the power shot just barely, and Lua making it out with barely any HP. 100 HP, 1 tango left on him, and he's in a little bit of trouble here as Windrunner is establishing a dominance in that lane. However, she has used up all 6 of her tangos unless she sold them. I'm really curious to see how this whether or not she sold it or not, but we'll never know. Both sides, however, playing it relatively passively. They're not making any big moves. No tower dive seeing just yet. The 4-minute rune about to spawn. Let's see which one of these two gets it at the middle. Looks like, oh, the Brewmaster misses the clap, but he realizes that the rune is stopped. He's going to make a move towards there, and he's going to pick up a double damage rune in the process. And the baby Roshan courier carrying Boots out to the Brewmaster. So Boots up on the Brewmaster along with the bottle with the double damage rune in it. Boots on the Night Stalker, but the courier has gone top lane with his bottle, and the bottle is still empty. Oh, bottom lane, before we miss this, looks like again there's a little bit of initiation. The Cottle Blast definitely going to be a factor to contend with here. All 3 heroes going down so low for Fist, and this offensive tile lane is not working out in their favor at all. A quick look at the goal graph. 750 in favor of the Radiant, experience 1000 in their favor as well.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, at the middle lane, Brewmaster and Night Stalker slugging it out against each other. Brewmaster with a commanding lead now, I gotta say. 30 creeps to 6 versus 14-0 on the Night Stalker. He's even got a level up on Night Stalker, who's sitting at 5. Now double damage Brewmaster tower diving past the Night Stalker at the middle lane alone is something you really can't contend with, and well, he's gonna miss some more experience up there. So as it stands right now, looks like Fist is in the green, is in the advantage, and is in the money. 750 gold still in their way, and again about 1000 experience in their favor. So unless we see some big kills or tower drops coming out soon, it is going to stay this way. And meanwhile, as I say that, rotation coming in from the Rubik towards the middle lane. Night Stalker, realizing something is or was amiss, has decided to stay back behind his tower. Meanwhile, at the bottom lane, Fish, realizing that their hero shot, have decided to initiate, but the Rocket Barrage completely off target, and Phantom Lancer pops off the Windwalk and makes a run for it. Meanwhile, the homing missile gonna chase past and hit the KOTL at max range, but since it's only a level 1 missile, not gonna do that much damage. A quick look at the farm on all the carries here. Phantom Lance is sitting at 11-1, not doing too badly, but the Gyrocopter has taken the lead in terms of farm over here, so that is a saving grace for this tri lane out here. 24 last hits over the Lancer, who has 11. Initiation and Undying completely out of position is going to take a fall, and Fist going to lose a hero as the Rubik and the Brewmaster have rotated in as well. The Windrunner has teleported in as well, and we have an all-out battle going out. First blood going to the KOTL. Nice Talker picking up the Rubik. Meanwhile, Brewmaster now coming in, chasing past, has picked up a kill. Windrunner picked up a kill on the Jakiro, and Gyrocopter and Nice Talker making a run for it on very, very low HP, and Windrunner being such a pain, and a beautiful power shot ensures the double kill, and the Gyrocopter goes down as well. Neolution Esports on top of their game. Beautiful counter initiation by them, beautiful reactions by them, a quick TP in by the Windrunner, got out a double kill, completely worth it, leaving the Clinks alone for a little while. Brewmaster and Rubik meanwhile coming in as well, sniping off the Undying before he could even get the Tombstone down. Great initiation by them. Meanwhile, at the middle lane, Nice Talker might be in a bit of trouble here. Jakiro comes in to offer his support, but not going to be enough. Brewmaster, meanwhile, doesn't have the mana for his primal split, so he needs to be a little careful. Now, the 6-minute wards have started to come back up. An observer ward placed by Nice, that is Fist. Jakiro putting down the ward on the high ground here. Up their own slope, so they realize that they did get dewarded the last time. Not going to take any chances here, and the Invis rune coming out. Rubik telekinesis the Jakiro, throws him back, and that guarantees them the rune. So looking again at the 6-minute wards, Neolution Esports has decided to drop an observer ward right dab smack in the middle of the bottom lane. So they're done with leaving the Gyrocopter with his free farm, who does have his Tranquil Boots as well as a Ring of Aquila now. So his startup items are pretty much set. Meanwhile, it seems Lancer is having a little bit of trouble here, as he has picked up the Magic Wand, he has picked up the Tranquil Boots as well. But in terms of last hits, he's sitting at 25. Brewmaster meanwhile completely leading the charts. 50 last hits to his name. And Undying Gyrocopter and Jakiro going to clean up a stacked camp of neutrals. This is going to help a long way in turning the tables towards their favor. Nice Talker has rotated in towards the bottom lane as well. KOTL completely out of position, going to take a fall. The Tombstone gets popped as well. And well, this could even mean the tier 1 tower for them. Lancer meanwhile contented spamming Spirit Lances from a distance. Let's see how Neolution Esports decides to defend this one. Clinks and Windrunner still slugging it out at the top lane. Phase Boots have come up for her, and well, the Clinks has picked up wow, he's picked up quite a bit. The ring, the Sobi mask, the Sage's mask, and 2 robes of the Magi. I'm not seeing Night Stalker as a very effective and high impact hero in this game. Ideally, you'd want to see the Night Stalker running around, picking up kills in every single lane. The 10-minute mark, that is his first night. It's really close to getting over now, and well, he hasn't really been that decisive factor. Just the 1 kill on the KOTL up until now. Picks up the rune and heads towards the top lane. Let's see if he can change things around now. At the bottom lane, looks like Lancer is going to opt for the Drums of Endurance build. Not going to be rushing a Radiance. A TP comes in at bottom. Looks like it is the KOTL as well. So the tri lane is back in place.
Middle tower is under attack.
Nice Talker meanwhile not able to get into position to gank that Windrunner. Sensing something was amiss, had stayed back at a tower.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Both teams not committing to any high risk maneuvers, just content at farming up and keeping their carries safe. Clinks now has taken a commanding lead up there at the top lane. He's at 55 last hits to 7. Windrunner is at 37, so he's gonna have a ball of a time unless he's stopped anytime soon. And a pincer trap on the Windrunner. Night Stalker coming all the way around from the secret shop. This is gonna ensure the kill on them, but no. Windrunner pops the Windrun just in time. The Shackle Shot flies but doesn't latch, and now the last hit comes out, but Night Stalker manages to pick up the kill with the earned charge. So well, now Night Stalker is proving to be effective, and just before the night end, he managed to pick up a second kill. Clinks is definitely going to be a hard target to deal with soon. He's going to have that Orchid up within the next 5 to 10 minutes, 5 minutes if he's left alone. Looking back at the bottom lane, Gyrocopter has picked up his magic wand as well. Probably going to opt for a Shadow Blade build on this one. Lancer is rather content farming at the bottom lane, but his farm isn't up to the mark. He's still at 44, so looks like he's being a little defensive here. The KOTL spams and the blasts are definitely keeping Fist back, but he hasn't picked up as much farm as he might have liked. A sentry ward has been put down in the lane, and Brewmaster comes in with the haste rune and a blink dagger as well. That's a 12-minute blink dagger. Jumps in, a beautiful clap, initiates on all. Gyrocopter going to take a fall. A beautiful ice path catches out Panda, but that's not going to be enough. And the Cyclone on the Night Stalker, stopping him in his tracks, preventing a beautiful counter initiation. The Tombstone has been dropped by the Undying. The Shackle Shot flies, doesn't latch. Once again, Night Stalker picked up in the air, and Neolution Esports standing the ground, making sure things go their way. Grouping up as 5, and the hasted Brewmaster runs in. The silence comes off, but again a beautiful power shot by Kite ensures the kill on the Jakiro. They are not done yet. Brewmaster picks up a kill on the Undying and blinks out to safety. Neolution Esports, what a game they've played so far. The call down gonna completely whiff. Nobody gets caught in it, and well, Rubik ends up stealing the Void, and oh man, the Lancer and the Brewmaster come in from behind along with the Void, turned around, and once again Neolution Esports cleaning up the mess. Fist takes a fall, and that was almost a complete team wipe. Clinks the only one not there in that engagement. And well, this should ensure them the tier 1 tower as well. And a quick look at the goal graph. Meanwhile, it looked like Clinks did take out the top tier 1 tower. Anyway, a quick look at the goal graph. 1500 in favor of the Radiant now. A small stabilization at the top where Clinks took the tower, but it's not enough. Commanding lead in their favor now. Experience meanwhile 3000 in their favor of the Radiant. So Neolution Esports establishing their dominance now. It's 14 minutes into the game. The third set of wards is about to get planted. And once again it looks like Fists are playing completely in the dark. No observer wards, and blinking from the Brewmaster onto Gyrocopter past his creep line. Not the best move, but he had the Invis rune, so he can afford to play a little bit risky. Bottom lane meanwhile, the Void that was stolen from the Rubik ensures a kill on the Undying, and the Dual Breath gets stolen and turned back around. This Rubik is on top of his game. Quick reflexes and quick decision making ensures them 2 quick kills, and Lancer picks up one of them, so he's gonna get really farmed really fast unless something is done. Clinks meanwhile at the top lane, very close to that Orchid Malevolence. And another tier 1 tower goes down. So, oh, it's about to go down. The fortification gets popped. Lancer probably gonna get the last hit on this one, but gonna play it a little safe and know the deny isn't possible by the Night Stalker. Lancer picks up a last hit on the tower, and he is up to a whopping 1500 gold and very, very close to his diffusal blade now. Let's have a quick look at the net worth charts now. So Brewmaster leading the charts in terms of net worth with 5800, Lancer close behind, and Clinks the third one. So 2 heroes from Neolution Esports occupying the top 3 spots. Things definitely going in their favor now. Clinks meanwhile trying to make something happen. Very close to that Orchid, 300 gold away. I'm not sure if this is a risk that he should be taking. The dust is up on the Rubik as well. Arcane Boots along with dust, not something the Clinks wants to fight against. Brewmaster is here with the split, a dagger, and Arcane Boots on himself as well. Sentry was getting dropped down in the lane, and a beautiful initiation by the Brewmaster, followed up by the KOTL blast. Looks like the initiation was for Undying. Undying goes down before the tombstone can get dropped. And well, KOTL looks like he might take a fall, but no, he's gonna escape with his life as the Brewmaster, beautiful micro by them, sends the Night Stalker back in the air just on time, and he's gonna get killed off as well. And once again, Neolution Esports crushing fist in that engagement. Bone Fletcher Clinks running away with his life. Looks like KOTL did go down to the urn finally, but things going overall in favor of Neo ES. The rocket has come out for the Clinks now. Let's see if it makes if it is the decisive item. Meanwhile, it looks like the Windrunner is gonna opt for the support build. No surprises there. The Hedra is coming out for her. Is it going to be a mech? Is it? Yes, it's going to be a completed mech. So 17 minutes in, Windrunner has the mech, so her core items are up as well. Brewmaster's had his core items for a long time now and is sitting very comfortably, opting to go for that. Agnum Scepter has picked up a point booster as well. The Lancer meanwhile has his Dom's Tranquil Boost and a completed Diffusal Blade. So this is the time for Neolution Esports to capitalize. They should be forcing down some towers, they should be taking the engagements, and they are just content at the way things are going right now. Night Stalker meanwhile wasting his time. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to do much until the next night, which is about 6 hours away in game time. Sorry, 8 hours away in game time. Let's see how this goes. Meanwhile, the Gyrocopter opting to pick up an Ogre Club, so it looks like he might be opting for the first item BKB, or possibly even the Agnum Scepter. Oh, the Bone Clinks jumps into the Windrunner, pops the Orchid. Not going to be enough as the mechanism is there. Brewmaster meanwhile at the middle lane picks up a kill, and the homing missile not gonna catch the Windrunner. A double kill at the middle lane as Brewmaster and the Lancer pick up 2 kills in quick succession on the Undying and the Jakiro. Night Stalker meanwhile making a move back in, not going to be able to make anything happen. Brewmaster now circling around, 20 seconds until his ultimate is back off cooldown, and he's going to run right into the Gyrocopter, but he does miss the Thunderclap. Gonna blink out, the homing missile gonna follow him, but not going to be enough. The Clinks meanwhile might be in a dangerous position here. There is a sentry ward placed down in the lane, and it looks like, oh, Brewmaster jumps in, gets silenced up. He does have the split. The call down completely whips, hitting absolutely nothing. The homing missile is gonna get destroyed, doesn't even latch, and looks like this might be a comfortable tier 1 tower now that the call down isn't available as well. Brewmaster's blink is up once again, and that KOTL blast gonna be such a pain to deal with. Windrunner coming in from the side. The shackle shot does fly, but doesn't latch. A beautiful initiation once again, but the silence comes off almost immediately as the Brewmaster is forced to turn tail and run. Lancer meanwhile at the bottom lane gonna take out a tier 1 tower, tier 2 tower, but again Night Stalker getting lifted up in the air, and Darkness gets stolen by the Rubik. I have never seen this before, and I'm gonna look into it just in a little bit as soon as this initiation and engagement ends. Alright, let's see what Darkness does for Rubik. I wonder if it just fuels Night Stalker. Oh man, this is not a spell you want to steal. Yeah, I think Darkness does extend the duration for Night Stalker's effectiveness. So Night Stalker, is he? No, he's at 350 MS. So it doesn't look like he's getting the... Okay, no, the Darkness did wear off. I'm so sorry about that. Anyway, top tier 1 tower does go down, and tier 2 tower at bottom does go down as well. Lancer having a field day has picked up both towers. He's opting for that heart. He's picked up the vitality booster, and he's at 2000 gold now. Neolution Esports, realizing that this is their game to lose, are gonna stick together, stick as 3s and 4s, and gonna make moves. Oh, the dust gets popped, the telekinesis, and there's no way this Clinks is gonna escape this one. Oh, beautiful play by Neolution Esports, hounding their jungle, warding up every single side of the map. They have a sentry ward overlooking observer wards planted by them. They're gonna completely deward and leave Fist in the dark. This is called applying pressure. This is how you destroy your team when you have the winning advantage. Fish really need to buck up now. They really need to make some big plays happen, some risky maneuvers, possibly even some good smoke ganks, picking off the stragglers, Lancer at the bottom lane, farming alone. This might have been a good time for them to make a move, but the middle lane looks like they're going to go for the Brewmaster. He does have the primary split and an Invis Rune, which he does pop. The dust gets popped, and is he going to be forced to pop the split? Yes, he pops it just at the last second. Meanwhile, Rubik comes in as well, and Jakiro going to go down. So counter initiation not going to be in their favor. Oh man, the Brewmaster is going to be so content with that, and Jakiro is going to be pissed. The shackle shot meanwhile catches out a stray Gyrocopter who was opting for the BKB. The beautiful Cottle Blast does push him back, and he's gonna go down as well. So Neolution Esports adding that element of chaos to this game and throwing Fist completely off guard, picking up kills as and when they can. Lancer meanwhile content at the bottom lane, pressuring the tier 3 tower 21 minutes into the game. Clinks meanwhile with that Orchid. Is he going to make a go here? He has walked in. There is a sentry ward. It's going to spot him. But no, the initiation from from Fist probably going to work in their favor this time. Nice Stalker forced to run back, and Undyne picks up the first kill. The Ruby goes on. A beautiful blink by the Panda. Does manage to get KOTL. Windrunner the kill on the Night Stalker. Night Stalker goes down. So 1 for 1. Both teams fairly even now. Clinks gonna get spotted out by the sentry ward, but Brewmaster meanwhile picks up the kill on the Undyne, and Clinks barely gonna make it out of the light. The Quarter Blasters hit, but the Windrunner power shot just barely misses. Clinks surviving on almost 100 HP. Brewmaster a little cheeky there, trying a blind thunderclap. That would have been amazing. And that's going to ensure a tier 2 tower at the middle lane in favor of Neolution Esports. 20 to 5 the kills and death score in favor of the Radiant, that is Neo ES. The Radiant with a 15,000 gold lead. This is a commanding lead, and it's their game to lose without a doubt. The gold draft has just been steadily sliding upward. We haven't seen a downward spike even once. The Radiant's experience reflecting a similar number, 15,000 in their favor. So Neo ES establishing their dominance here. Let's see the Phantom Lancer, 2,500 gold up on him once again. Gonna take down a tier 2 tower at top, uncontested once again. Nice Stalker meanwhile pops off the dust, gonna chase past, gonna try and get the Phantom Lancer with a beautiful juke in the forest, but no, they're not having any of it. Oh, he just makes it out. Some smart play by them there, kiting around this tree over here. The Yasha coming out for the Lancer, so that's a Yasha in addition to 3,200 gold and a vitality booster. Good luck contending with that. Gyrocopter realizing that BKB is the order of the day. I'm not too sure how effective it's going to be, considering a lot of their damage is physical. The Lancer going to be pounding away even though he has his BKB up. Even though Gyrocopter has a BKB up, stacking some Ancients, getting some farm. And well, this Ancient camp should ensure him his BKB script. Middle lane, looks like 4 heroes are going to group up against each other and possibly make an initiation, make something happen. Looks like Night Stalker is opting to build an armlet this game, realizing he needs to get some more DPS in. And well, the BKB is up for the Gyrocopter. Let's see if this can be a decisive factor in this game. Brewmaster now with a completed Aghanim Scepter, sitting at level 15, just a level away from hitting peak capacity on that Primal Split. The completed Manta style on the Lancer. And well, I heard a gem dropping, so yep, there is a gem on the Brewmaster as well. So really, it looks like Neo ES are poised to take a nice big fight or even take Rosh. And it seems like they are going to try and get a gank at the bottom lane on the Clinks. No smoke being used for this movement, for this maneuvering rather. And oh, looks like this is going to be initiation. Brewmaster blinks in, catches two with the thunderclap. The BKB gets popped. The guy with the call down, gonna catch out all their heroes. Rubik gonna pick up the first kill on the Night Stalker. Windrunner in a bit of trouble. The homing missile lands as well, and a beautiful Quarter Blast, and the Cyclone saves the Windrunner from the clutches of the Clinks. And a godlike being picked up by the Brewmaster, who does pick up a kill on the Night Stalker and the Undying. And Clink's gonna be the next casualty. Lancer picks him up. 3 for none in favor of Neo ES, and this looks like it might be over as they make that upslope push. So that's going to be the tier 3 tower and possibly even the first set of racks. Remember, there is no tier 3 tower at the bottom lane either, so that could be 2 sets of racks in quick succession.
Dire's middle barracks
And with
are
this, it
under
looks like
attack.
Neo ES are going to cement their lead on this game. They're moving towards bottom, not hesitating. Double damage rune on the Brewmaster, chopping away slowly but surely at that melee racks. The Tombstone is off cooldown. They could possibly drop it and make an initiation happen. The Tombstone does get dropped. The homing missile is latching onto the Brewmaster. Takes it right in the face. Tombstone goes down. Call down. Catches out 2. Catches out 3. Caudal Blast keeping them at bay. And this is going to be 2 sets of racks. Taken down uncontested. 26 minutes. 2 sets of racks. It's really hard to come back from this. No matter how hard you farm, no matter how hard you try, you're always going to have an issue with 2 lanes pushing into your base. The Manta style dispelling the Night Stalker skills. The silence not going to latch. Brewmaster going to be back into this fight in just a little bit. And Klinks goes down. Lancer picks up a double kill as Undying goes down and a triple kill as the Night Stalker feeds to him as well. And this could be the GG. Yup, it is the GG. GG is getting called by both sides, and looks like Neo ES have taken this game rather comfortably. This has been a really power-packed game, and stay tuned guys, we're gonna have some more awesome Southeast Asian Dota coming to you pretty soon.
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's ancient is under attack.
With that, Neo ES cements their win over Team Fist in the Southeast Asia League. Thank you for tuning in for this game. This was a cast brought to you by CloudX for Rapture Gaming. Stay tuned guys as we bring you some more Dota.